Welcome to the cafe. Welcome to the cafe. Doing a little something different. That was Chased by the Dog. Chased by the Dog. And got my little banjo here. This is a plectrum banjo as opposed to a tenor banjo, as opposed to a country banjo, which I don't know anything about, which are 5 strings. This is 4 string. This was my great uncle Bob's. He and his brother were known as the Hicks brothers in vaudeville. Okay, so I'm going to just put this away, be right back. I just got to put this bad boy down. Hope you enjoyed. Ha! Hope you enjoyed Chased by the Dog. Get us ready for today live in the cafe. Here we are live. So let's just go outside for a nanosecond. Just see all the animals outside in the cafe greeting you, waiting for you to come on inside the cafe, but just maybe connect with one or more of the animals that are out in the cafe. See if you have a connection with them, because today is about connection, disconnecting. So just feel your connection with one animal. See if somebody comes to you, right? Isn't that kind of fun? So we're going to just come on inside the cafe now. Just get you something nice to drink, maybe a little snack. Get yourself settled. Sorry about that, but that banjo playing really took it out of me. It's like, talk about high energy. I love Dixieland music. I was in a Dixieland band when I was in high school. Played piano, though, not the banjo. So fun, and the blues, but also the high energy music can get your vibration up. So hopefully your vibration is up as you come into the cafe. And Luna's just off here staring, at me. I can't bring her on camera right now, but today, in the cafe, as I mentioned, we're talking about that connection, but also being disconnected. So have you ever felt disconnected from your animal companions? You have. We all do it. So write yes or no in the comments if you have ever felt disconnected from your animal companions. And speaking of disconnection, have you ever felt like you just wanted to escape from the stuff of life? And some of us do. Yep. It sometimes can be too much. Yeah. So we're going to talk about some things like that. You're not alone when it comes to the stuff of life, wanting to escape, feeling disconnected. So I'm going to be sharing with you some simple things that you can do right now to reconnect on a deeper level with your animal companions and with yourself. We need to reconnect with ourselves as we connect with our animal companions. So you're in the right place. And if you're new, I want to welcome you. Anybody that's new, please feel welcome. You are welcome always here in the cafe. And the only requirement to be here is to have a love for animals. You don't have to live with one. That's really extra special. But you can always come to the cafe. There's lots of animals right here willing and wanting and waiting to be with you, right? And for those of you that are new and don't know me, my name is Janet Dobbs of Animal Paradise Communication and Healing, where my greatest joy and my purpose in life really is to help you discover your unique way of telepathically, I said telepathically, communicating with animals, and also your unique way of healing with animals. Isn't that wonderful? Just to feel into that. Yeah. So, yay. I'm just give me a second. I'm still recovering from the banjo and that really fun song called Chased by the Dog, So if you missed it, go back and listen to the recording. And here's Luna. Oh my goodness. Okay, so speaking of disconnecting, feeling disconnected, and getting that connection back, what the heck am I talking about? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and maybe you can share some examples of your own. And maybe this will trigger a memory like, oh yeah, I do that. I've done that. And then we're going to talk about how you can reconnect. It's really simple. Yeah, so here's an example of a disconnect. And it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but easy for me to have a pet peeve. I don't have a dog. But have you ever been out walking your dog or noticed like you're driving or walking and you see other people walking their dogs? What do you notice? Nowadays, it's almost 9 times out of 10. I don't have a cell phone. They're on their cell phone like this. Their dog's over here. And maybe it's a big dog. Maybe it's this little teeny tiny, little bitty teacup dog, right? They're on the ground, walking around, exploring, having the best time. Or maybe they're in danger. But the person's like this, and talking to somebody else, totally disconnected from their amazing dog that's right here, right with them, right? Missing out on all of these opportunities. So going from this beautiful, when you're walking your dog, I would imagine you're outside. So this beautiful world that's all around you, whether you're in a city, the suburbs, the country, the world, for whatever it is, your world and their world is all around to take in, to just explore. And you can explore with your dog, right? But nope, what's happening? Just totally looking at whatever is so important on the cell phone, or maybe talking to somebody else, texting somebody else. Why don't you just try for once, one little short time, put that cell phone away, turn it off. Don't even let it buzz, because see, we're triggered like that to go pick up that phone, right? We are so triggered. Right, here we go. We're triggered to just pick this phone up and went, but what if you took a moment, a few minutes? How long is your walk? Maybe it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Wow, an hour. Be just with your dog. Same thing with horses. You're riding your horses. Okay, so some people, riding your horse, you're probably not distracted by your cell phone. Hopefully not. But let's get back to dogs. So just come along with me on a walk with a dog. It could be, if you don't have a dog, let's just pick a dog. It can be a little bitty dog, a big giant Great Dane, Russian Wolfhound kind of dog, or a dog that's in between. Just let a dog come to you, and you've gotten all ready. You're going outside. Feel your connection with your dog. A lot of people say feel the connection through the leash. Okay, feel your connection through the leash. Yeah, because that's what I worked with some search and rescue people, organizations, and they talk about feeling the connection with their dog through the leash. And I'd say, yes, but let's go deeper. Feel your connection with your dog through your heart and through your whole being. Hi, Marcus. I'm so happy you're here. So welcome. I'm just talking about the disconnect we have with animals and also with each other. So imagining that we're going for a walk with a dog. I don't have a dog, so I have to imagine. So you put your cell phone aside, you turn it off, and connect with your dog. You walk out into the world, whatever your world is, right? And see what they are attracted to, because they bring in the smells of everything that's down on the ground, right? In places that we're way up here and they're way down there. What are they looking at? What are they discovering? What are they smelling? Why don't you play a game with them and just ask them to show you the world through their eyes? I always love to take photographs when I go on a walk. So it's almost like walking a dog. I stop at every flower and every clover and every little whatever, and I connect with that. So as your dog is stopping and connecting with, and you know what they're doing, they're getting the news of the world. Did you know that? When the dogs and other animals are out in the world, they leave scents and messages behind. Behind, get it? That's what they leave behind. And then when others come along, they were like, oh, George was just here. Oh, Susie was just here. Well, what are they up to today? And you know what? Also, in the things that they leave behind, whether they're marking their territory or they're leaving things behind, you can tell about their health. You can tell how they're doing. Oh, Susie's not having the best day today. Well, I'll have to just, so isn't that kind of an interesting way to look at the world, like through your animal's eyes? And you miss that when you're walking your dog, connected, looking at the cell phone or listening on your earbuds to something. You're missing what's going on around you. And, you're talking to somebody, you're texting somebody. Turn that off for 5 minutes or 30 minutes, however long you're walking your dog, and be with your dog and experience the world through their eyes in a new way. You're going to see a huge difference, and you can reconnect with your animal and not be in this disconnect that they're so used to. They're used to us not paying attention to them, being totally distracted by other things. See what happens. It's just a whole different way of being. So that's just one example of how we are disconnected from animals. And this isn't just when we have a dog and walk a dog. There's other things and other times in life where we're not connected with them. So just thinking about that connection and how to connect on a different way, connecting with ourselves. I just want to share with you and remind you there's still time to be part of the 2023 Animal Meditation and Healing Group. Why am I bringing that up now? Because it's something you can do for you. Just taking a moment once a month to be and get quiet, inviting your animal to join you, reconnecting with them on a very, very special way, right? So that's just one of the many things you can do to reconnect. Oh, hi, Debbie. Welcome. I can't really read that. Let's see. Animal soul purpose might be just that, to get people off the phone and pay attention to nature and relax. Yes, thank you so much for saying that. That is so true. I mean, that is just absolutely, that's it. You've got it. And I thank you for mentioning the soul purpose, because we all have a soul purpose, if you believe that, and I do. And all of our animals that come into our lives, whether they're there just in passing, whether they live with us for a short time or they happen to live for a long time, they come into our lives at different points in our lives, and they have a purpose. Walking this life, this path, together, hand in hand or paw in paw or, hoof in hoof, hoof in paw, hand. They're just side by side with us together on this great adventure that we're all on together, right? I just love this and the possibilities. I'm sorry, I'm still catching my breath from playing the banjo in the beginning. That was that was fun. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, yeah, it really wasn't me. I was finger syncing, but not lip syncing. But anyhow, go back and listen to it. The song is Chased by the Dog. Speaking of dogs, right? So another thing that came to me as I was thinking about how we are disconnected, my animals are always reminding me, like when I'm doing this, I'm connected with you, and they're like over here or over there, or I'm not paying attention to them. So lots of times, what do? They'll walk right in front of the camera. They'll get right here. Their little they're kitties. For those of you that don't know Max and Luna, their tails will go right up in front of the camera. They'll brush past the microphone, rub all over it, and mark it. And it's their way of. I was just checking to see where Luna was. It's their way of getting our attention. right? And sometimes they're telling us, okay, you need a break. Come on, get up. It used to be in the days when people read newspapers, they would bunk on the newspaper. It's like, come on, let's go do something. And the same thing happens with horses. Lots of times we are distracted. So I'm thinking horses, outside animals, but also the animals that live with us inside and out. So think about times when you've been distracted, or maybe it's not distracted from them, but you're focused, laser focused. Often it's laser focus on our computer, on our laptop, on our phone, totally in this other world, right? But they want us to come back to their world, the world that's all around us. And listening to them. They have so much to tell us. So as I was thinking about the connection, listening, reconnecting, disconnecting, this horse that I met almost 20 years ago, and I'm not sure whether it was a horse or a pony. I'm not really good about the details of equine things, but I just have had so many wonderful equine teachers and clients. So this horse was adorable. You would love to see him. It was a him. His name was Buttons. Now that alone right there, adorable, right? He was white, kind of little, not miniature like we have the mini horses now, but little, like I guess some people would say a pony size. He had brown spots all over him. He was so beautiful and so fun, and a character and a half. And at first he didn't want to talk to me. But then what happened was, so you'll see where I'm going with this. He was a lesson horse. So lots of students taking, learning how to ride horses. And Buttons, there was an issue with Buttons, and that's why I was asked to check in with Buttons. What's going on? Why is he acting the way he's acting? But when I checked in with him and asked him what was going on, he was so brilliant, so smart, easily bored, right? So what he said is, once the student gets whatever it is right, whatever it is they're trying to learn, could you ask them to please just either move on to the next thing or bring me back to my barn? Because I can't stand doing it over and over and over again without a good reason. And I thought that was so interesting. Oh, Marcus, wait. Now you've gone on to squirrels from the fruit flies. I never know what you're going to say. And yeah, Debbie, Marcus and his fun animals. We have to have fun. See, the animals are all about fun. And that's what was going on with Buttons. Buttons love to have fun. Buttons love to learn. Buttons love to get something right. And then the point was, I'll be there with the student. I understand they're trying to learn. But seriously, there comes a time where it's done. You got it. Take me back or move on to the next thing. Because I just can't stand this. So the people listened. So this was like, there was this total disconnect. Lots of times there's a huge disconnection with horses and humans. The humans are all about trying to do, I want to ride, and it's me. And if we can connect and listen to the horses and become a team, as opposed to, I'm going to do this and this is just a thing. It's not a being, a fellow being that has their own thoughts and ideas and purpose in life. There's such a richer relationship and connection. And also, the horses are so often trying to help the person that's on top of them. They go out of their way. They've showed me. They go out of their way. They hurt themselves to keep the human on them. And the humans always say, like, stupid horse. Really? Okay, sorry, I won't get into my pet peeves. But the point of this and talking about Buttons is there's this disconnect because we don't listen to the animals, or we aren't spending the kind of quality time with them. We're in our minds, or we're distracted by our phones. Or I look over here, I don't have a phone. It's my invisible phone. Anyhow, we're distracted by our phones and the stuff of life. And our animals are trying to remind us they're here. So we need to pay a little more attention to them. And I need to do the same thing. You know, it's like Max and Luna are always trying to get me to come and play. They're little youngsters. They're just 5 now. But come and play. Stop focusing on work so much. Come and play. Go outside. So if we can listen to them, we have an even better life. Okay, what did you say? Oh, Debbie, this is good. And I can't see that there, so sorry, I have to read the comment over here. Horses have a lot to say. Oh, yeah, they do. I've had horses in my life since you were born. Okay, and my horses are my teachers, yes, and my dogs and my cats. They all teach us things. Yes, they do, and you're so lucky. In the 60s, I almost got a horse, but I never had a horse on my own. So, lucky you, that they're just amazing teachers. If we listen, if we listen to them and just hang out with them, just be with them. Marcus, really, I once fell from a horse. Luckily, nothing bad happened. I understand that. Nope. Why can't I move that? Okay, I was going to try and move you, but I think I locked everything down. Marcus, you understand what I'm saying. So I'm really sorry, Marcus, that you had a bad fall. I've had an experience like that too. My own buffoonery. Actually, I got scared. But yeah, we can get hurt very badly from, a big animal, a small animal. There are things that can happen. And, some people say you got to get back on that horse. Sometimes that's a no, so sometimes it is, but I'm glad you weren't hurt. And I can't get on horses for physical reasons, but I'm on the ground with them, and I love being with them in that way. I learn so much, and they're teachers of my courses. And Debbie, wow, I adopted the spookiest horse I've ever had. A retired standard bred. Maybe besides talking with him telepathically, I might try some energy medicine with them. Figure 8s maybe. So almost like the T touches. That's always a good thing. And just being there, being present, being silent, and connecting with your heart. That's, just the perfect thing. And they do respond. They really respond. And I always love the ones that are the scary ones, because when I do my energetic work, it's hands off. And if there is a dangerous animal, a dog, a horse, it doesn't matter, their kind, their species, if they are safe and I am safe, then we can create a space where healing can take place. And sometimes an animal that is, and a human too, that are the scary ones, the angry ones, it's because they've been hurt in some way, shape, or form, let down, whatever. And they just need someone to be there with them, to be present. You don't have to say anything, just being together. Magic can take place. It can take place human to human, or animal, human, animal, but just to create that beautiful space and be, and that's about the connection. We're disconnected. So finding that way to reconnect with another being is so healing for us, but for them too, so we can heal together. Yeah. Oh, Marcus, absolutely. Yeah. Don't press your luck, as my dad would say. So you have to trust your feelings. So some people say, get right back on that horse. Absolutely, right? And others are like, you need to trust yourself. So then we have this fear. How do we overcome our fears? Well, that's for another story. That's for another time. Overcoming our fears, because we have them in all different kinds, ways of life. And guess what? Animals have fears too. And some animals have had experiences that have happened to them that we don't know about, but it causes them to act out in a certain way. So if we can find a way to connect with them, to have compassion, not pity, but to have compassion with them, they can open up and maybe let go of some of that fear, overcome that fear, because you have to rebuild trust, right? So when we get hurt, we need to find a way to trust, to get over that fear, so, and decide if we ever want to do that again, or not the falling off, not the getting hurt part, but the experience of, maybe in this case, we're talking about riding a horse. Decide if that's something that you want to do, or is that something that's, you're like me. I'm just love to be around horses, but on the ground. And on the ground, things can happen too. So you need to know how to stay safe and how to keep them safe. All of our animals, that's that's another topic to think about. So speaking of that, I just want to share with you guys again, and invite you, if you haven't already, to just be part of the 2023 Animal Meditation and Healing Group. So if you don't know about it, it just meets on the first Wednesday live of every month for 30 minutes in Zoom. And I just do a guided meditation to help us connect with our animals, to heal each other. We never know what's going to happen because the animals kind of lead and guide the whole thing. But at the end of, and if you can't make it live, there's a recording. And at the end of the year, there will be 12 recordings that you can listen to with your animals, and or just yourself alone. And sorry, I didn't mean to keep that up that long. But I'd love for you to come and join, because it helps us to reconnect with ourselves, because we need to connect with ourselves also. And reconnect. Remember, do you know no, you don't know this. My animal communication teacher, my main one, Penelope Smith, she always talks about, this is the first time I ever heard this, remembering. What does remember mean? Bringing the pieces back together, bringing the parts, the members, remembering, bringing the members together. So sometimes, because, the longer we live, stuff happens and we can feel shattered. So how do we bring those pieces back together and heal? The same thing with animals. They too have experienced things in their lives, whether they've been protected or not protected from the stuff of life. Stuff happens. So together, they're here to help us heal, and we can help them heal. And I'm not just talking like physical healing. I'm talking emotional healing, spiritual healing, mental healing. It's all part of the whole of who we are and who they are. So it's just such a wonderful, we're so lucky to have them, right? So that's just a little tiny scratching the surface of how we are disconnected from our animals and how we can reconnect with them, just a moment at a time. Yeah. So I hope you have, I hope you have fun with animals and have the best day. Thank you so much for being with me. What are you saying, Marcus? Oh, there's only been one, Marcus. It's only January. So it's there on the platform. Oh, so I assume you're talking about the meditation. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. So Marcus, I had technical issues. Guess what I did? Nobody was there live because I had the wrong Zoom link. So everybody had to listen to the meditation recorded for this month. And I did a little live thing over the weekend. So anybody that wanted to show up could show up. And we did another little mini thing. And that's there too. There's a little recording if you want to listen. So don't worry. It's like whatever. It's no pressure. Oh, Debbie, sure. So here, you can go on my website, which is animalparadisecommunication.com. And it's all of this is in the description below, or whatever you're listening to, whether you're on your cell phone or on a computer, it's all in the description. There's a link right there. You can click right on it. It's called the 2023 Animal Meditation and Healing Group. And there it is right there. So yeah. Please, I'd love for you to join, to be part of. It's a lovely little group, which I'm so excited about. And also another thing that I haven't really mentioned to many people is after the meditation, anybody that's there live, after the meditation is over, I stick around for 15 minutes to 30 minutes at the most if we want to talk about what happened during the meditation, meditating with animals, and or deeper discussions with animals, chatting or meeting your fellow animal lovers. It's really lovely group. You'll be surprised. So I invite you guys to be part of. And Marcus, if you can. Yes, it's easy to catch up. I promise. That's what I'm all about. It's like, we all can't be live at certain things, and we all need to do life at our own pace. So that's why I've been doing this for, I forget how many years now, a lot of years. But this year is really, I feel really, really extra special. The animals are like, yep, so please feel free to be there. If you can live, if not, it's I have a platform where all of the recordings are, and there's a little chat where you can talk to your fellow, animal lovers, and it's all private. It is not Facebook. It's so it's totally private and secure, and it's been around for a really long time. I think I've been using it since at least 2011, probably before. Anywho. Enough of that. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to go, I dare you to go back and watch the beginning with the music. The music's called Chasing the Dog, and I was just having some fun. Got out the old banjo. Yeah. And not country music, Dixieland music. Yeah. Anyhow, have fun with your animals, no matter what. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you next week or this, just whenever. I will see you around. Thanks for being here. You all are so wonderful. Have fun with your animals. Bye, everybody. I forget how to turn this off. Bye, everybody. Thank you. See ya. Oh, there. Thank you. Thanks for being here. And next time we'll just talk about your animals. Bye, everybody.